Thank you so much. How about a hand for everybody that's put this together? And a hand for these people who had other things to do tonight. Apparently it says reserved. Apparently that was their frame of mind. That's why they did. Hi, everyone. How you doing? Well, it's really weird because I've done a number of these things where, you come out and do stand-up after the movie. And it's really, it's really hard to, you're sitting there watching, my chest cracked open, my kids are like, Lana, hey, let's laugh, I called it the Mrs. Nussbaum syndrome because I did one of these senior places, an over 55 thing, right? And just before the guy was going to bring me up, he goes up and makes this announcement. We all know Mrs. Nussbaum. We all love her. And just before, an hour or two ago, I just got word that she died. And now, how about some comedy? So that's kind of the position I'm in. You too? Hi, did you go? You back? I wanted to wait till everybody got back from the toilet, yeah. I do that. I make people have to urinate. Anyway, so here I am. I got to tell you, I love Vancouver. I walked around yesterday. I took the little ferry over to the island. I know. And I love it here. And I said, back where I live, there's a guy running for president. And yeah, I know. And if he wins, I may move here. So I may have to get some sort of underground transgender railroad going here. So it's interesting that this is happening in this time of my life. I'm going to be 72 in June. Yeah. It's no big deal. Just means I didn't die from last year. But according to the AARP, I'm in the prime of my life. I don't know how they know this, but that's pretty good news. I can't wait to tell my internist, who told me I need to reduce my sugar, or my chiropractor, my orthopedic surgeon who replaced both my hips and operated on my spine, or my cardiologist I have what do you call it, a defibrillator in my chest now. So if it goes off and I fly into your lap, I like you, but that's not what that means. So. And my heart surgeon who gave me a quadruple bypass, put a pig valve in me, which of course means now I can't be buried in a Jewish cemetery. Prime of my life. Getting old is more like the crime of my life. It really is, because I hate being old. I got so much to do yet. We're old people. Like, how old? You're old. How old are you? No, not you. Are you? How old are you? Okay, you don't want. That's a no. Anybody here older than me? How old are you, ma'am? Yes. 56. Well, she's not older than me. Oh, you? Yes. There we go. Okay, so what's your name? Pauline. It sucks, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Prime of my life, my ass. Come on. The thing of it is, we used to be the heartbeat of our generation. If you're from, baby boomers, in my country, we were the heartbeat of America. We changed the world when we were young. We did. We changed music. We changed film, television. We were the heart of the whole generation. Now, I was part of that. I wasn't a heart. I was like a little piece of the heart. It's maybe next to the aorta. If you look closely, you can see me. But now, you young people have dismissed us. We have nothing to offer you. We're no longer the heart. We're more like the appendix. Some useless organ. I always thought it was interesting that it was great that Einstein discovered relativity when he was 27. Because if he had been 77, nobody would have listened to him. He'd have been sitting at the Thanksgiving table going on, that equals MC squared. Uncle Albert, shut up already with, it's the theory of relativity. You're slowing time down. Yes, that's exactly what's going on. And there are clues when you get old, too, that you don't realize you're getting old. It creeps up on you until one day you walk in front of the mirror naked and it scares the hell out of you. You just go back, oh, my God, what is that? And there are signs, even if you don't know it, like Cheech and Chong. They're alive. But Cheech is like 74 and Chong is 82. How the hell did that happen? There are other signs, too. Like I find that I'm wearing sweatsuits everywhere. Like to weddings. I used to love the sound of rain on the window at night. It would help me fall asleep. Now it just makes me have to pee. I should just buy clothing now that comes pre-stained on the front with food. Because apparently I've lost the ability to keep food in my mouth when I'm eating it. And what does get down there is making these god-awful noises. I was laying in bed last week. I swear to God, it woke me up. I thought there was an intruder in the house. I'm laying, I was like... And there are some days when I just smell funny for no apparent reason. And I don't even know that it's me. I'll be like, oh, what is that? It's like, oh my God, it's just... I can't remember anything anymore. Do you have Costco here? Or you have Walmart here too, right? Yeah, I was in a Walmart a couple of weeks back, and I found myself standing in the electronics department, and I couldn't remember if I was there for earbuds or a hearing aid. So I bought a gazebo. And 200 pounds of kitty litter. Television is not the same anymore. I got that Roku thing, man. 400 channels and nothing. I used to love the History Channel. Now I just sit there going, I remember that. I remember that too. Oh, here's a special on Woodstock. Let me look. Wait a minute. Is that me running naked through the mud? Woodstock was a music festival. She's looking at me like, you mean the little bird in Peanuts? No. And when you get older, birthdays are, they're important. I mean, but the gifts begin to suck. Like who's the 71-year-old lady? What's your name again? Colleen, what'd you get for your 71st birthday? There you go. You sure it wasn't a gazebo? What did you want? Let me ask you that then. Well, I want gifts. In the old days, you get great gifts like a television, right, or a stereo, or a really good vibrator. I wanted one of those Black & Decker ones, with... But now I get crappy gifts like jigsaw puzzles and slippers. And you got to get excited about those, right? Somebody went out and bought this for you, and you're going, oh. 5,000-piece jigsaw puzzle. It says here it's 90% sky. Well, that's going to keep me busy on those cold winter nights. Good thing I got these crappy slippers to keep my feet warm. You catch that. And aging, really, it's a matter of genetics, isn't it? I mean, if you have people, like I have people say to me, well, my grandma, she's 114 years old. She still flies jets for the Navy. I had my DNA checked just to find out what the hell was wrong with me. Everybody in my family died young. Anybody ever get their DNA done? You did? Oh, yeah? Were you surprised? Not at all. No? Okay. Could you pretend and play along? Well, what are you?
As British as it gets.
As British as it gets.
Whitey McWhiterson, yeah.
What are you?
Whitey McWhiterson.
Whitey McWhiterson. Well, is that okay? Wow, somebody's got some self-image problem. I found out I'm 78% Greek and Italian. I'm 20% Albanian. And I'm 2% Jewish. Where are my Jewish friends? One lonely Jew in the whole... Really? You're the only one? Okay. Well, you and I. There's another one back there. Thanks for outing her. Yeah, no, remind me never to go to Berlin with you. Just... She is! Take her! What's your name? Sonia. That's right. You told me earlier. I remember. Sonia, I'm 2% Jewish. I'm learning about my people, about my culture, my heritage. 2%. I'm 2%. I'm the low-fat milk of Jews. Are you practicing? Wait, let me sit down. I didn't realize it was going to be a long story. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Sonia.
Racially, it's passed matrilineally, and my great-great-grandmother was a Polish immigrant to Germany, and she was Jewish.
I have no idea what the hell you said to me. I just know you're Jewish, right? So you're...
Yes, but I'm not practicing.
You're not practicing. You've perfected the art of it. And how about the one in the back? Where are you? She's hiding. I'm not even gonna. You guys write your own jokes there, okay? As I said, I'm trying to learn more about my heritage. I went to my first seder last year. Do you do seders? No, of course not. You're just like, screw them. I don't want anything to do with them. Anybody ever been to a seder? Yeah, you have? Very interesting. I learned so much about my people. I learned all about the culture. I learned all these great new words. Most of them have the sound in them. My host answered the door and it's like, Julia, I was like, Hannah. And she's like, and it was a very moving dinner. I mean, we had a lovely table set, and there was, they had these bitter herb things and some not so bitter herb things, and then I noticed that there was one empty place setting at the table. And do you know about this? Yeah, I didn't know. I did not know. I did not know. I'm Italian, right? When there's a family dinner and there's an empty place setting, it means somebody got hit on the way to the. So I said to, it's like 2 hours go by. I said, Hannah. I was assimilating. I said, Hannah, what's going on here? And she's like, oi. That's the answer for everything. Oi. I said, aren't you worried about this person? No. I go, it's been 2 hours. Maybe they had an accident. No, that's for Elijah. I go, Elijah, a cousin? No, the prophet Elijah. I go, oh, you have a prophet in the family. They go, no, he never shows up. I'm like, why do you invite him? Suffice to say, they didn't invite me back for this year. But you learn a lot about your family heritage from your DNA. Like I found out that I come from a long line of incredibly financially unsuccessful people. Our family coat of arms is a picture of a guy in a dumpster going. You like that one? Over the top it says, "It's not like I didn't try." How are we doing so far? Okay? Oh, okay. I never know. I never know. I appreciate that. I'm trans. You know that, right? I don't know if that was brought up. I don't know if they might have mentioned it in the movie. Tell you the one thing I don't like is wearing a bra. God damn. Yeah, I don't like it. I mean, these are real. I grew these on my own. Raised them from pups. It's so funny because I went to my class reunion a couple of years ago. I mean, it was a stupid thing to even go, but somebody walked up to me, a friend of mine, and we're talking. She goes, "Hey, you look great. Did you have work done?" Idiot. So, I transitioned about 23 years now. Yeah. It was a different time back then, too. There wasn't a whole lot of us back then. There really weren't. Now, of course, we're everywhere. No, we are. Yeah. You can't swing a dead prostate without hitting one of us. The guys in the back, the old guys, like, don't talk about prostate. And back then, I needed a support system. If you know trans people, that's what they need. They need love. They need support. For me, it was the women in my life, that were there for me. You saw Kate, but my friends too. They took me everywhere. They took me shopping. They taught me how to put makeup on. They even chipped in. And they sent me to lady camp for a week. There's no such place as lady camp. You Canadians are way too naive. Come on, lady camp. They were, but the men in my life, not so much. Strangely, they didn't take it well. It turns out that men are kind of sensitive about the pee-pee. I had one. Men always tend to think of it as being cut off. You got to cut off. They cut it off. They cut it off. Like they have a little pee-pee guillotine. They fly me over to Paris. There's a little guy with a pencil-thin mustache and a cigarette. He goes, "You going to get the pee-pee cut off?" Okay, move the pee-pee closer. Move the pee-pee closer. And boom, voila! You are a woman now. Ah! I actually got it done in Montreal. That's where I had my surgery. So you guys did a pretty good job from what I've never looked at it, but I could. Well, who looks at their own? I mean, I can't see it anyway. My belly's in the way. Anyway, so men were not real supportive. I had a guy say to me, "Why, you are a traitor to our gender." Right? A traitor. I go, "What are we, spies? What top secret information from the magical world of men are you afraid I'm going to share with the women folk? Are you afraid I'm going to tell them men only need two things in life? Food and a place to put their penis? And that oftentimes those two things are the same?" I had one guy say to me, why do you want to become a woman? Just like that. I go, I don't know, because my salary's too high. It's easy, and I always wished I could have just been gay, as you saw in the film. It would have been so much easier. Where are my gay people? Let me hear you. A couple, yeah, oh yeah. It would have been so much easier to be gay. Well, I could have stayed in the closet. You can stay in the closet your whole life if you're gay. Wait, where you go? Where you go? Wait. Oh, okay. If you're gay, you can stay in the closet your whole life. Nobody ever has to know. It's a horrible way to live, but you can do it. You can't do it if you're trans. Oh no, you got to come out to the world. Let me tell you something. You show up for work one day wearing a skirt and heels. Trust me, people are going to notice. You walk in, it's like, Bob look a little different to you today? I don't know, maybe it's the hair. I can't. And dating is hard, too, when you're trans. It's especially for my age group. It's a little easier for younger kids today. But for my age group, not so much. Here's why. Because straight men don't want to sleep with me because they think I'm a guy, and that would make them gay. Lesbians don't want to sleep with me because they still think I'm a guy, and that would make them straight. You can see my dilemma. I'm caught between a cock and a hard place. You were shaking your head, right? Like this with the mask, right? Yeah, that's true, right? Yeah. We don't want to sleep with you. So I'm from New Jersey. Anybody here from Jersey? I live in what's called an active adult community. Nothing active about it. I should call it what it really is, a holding pen for death. They get all these, they get all these old people in one area so death doesn't have to drive around looking for us. I don't know why they call it active. I mean, the only activity we get is when people come running out of the house to see who they're taking away in the ambulance today. It's okay, lady. She's like, toughen up. Where the hell are you going now? What are you going to do, go outside and take pictures like Superman through the wall? Anybody get the popcorn? It was really good. I wanted popcorn, but I had to pay $4 for it. I would have had to pay $4 for the... tell me about it. Sitting here popcornless. So, living these. I was telling you about. I was trying to think what showed up in the movie that I can't do here again. But there's a piece that I want to do, and maybe if you enjoyed it enough about. No, forget it. All right. Did you get that on film? They begged. There's a lot of sex going on in these old people places. Do you have retirement villages here? They're screwing like crazy, these old people. Honest to God, with the largest rise in sexually transmitted diseases in my country is in the senior citizen population. This is why Grandma and Grandpa don't want to come to Thanksgiving dinner. They're too busy going to the orgy at the clubhouse. My neighbor, Arlene, you'll recognize this piece now, but it's one of my favorites, so I'm going to do it. My neighbor, Arlene, she's 89 years old now, and she's been seeing her neighbor, Tony, her ex-husband, Tony, actually. What is he? He's also 89. He comes over 2-3 times a week for booty calls. I know. I don't even know how he finds his way there. The guy's blind. I think he follows the scent. I'm not sure. This is life. Come on. So they're keeping me up at night, though. We share a common wall. I live in a duplex, right? So I hear everything that's going on in her house. She didn't hear nothing in mine because nothing's ever going on in my house. But they're keeping me up at night with the headboard banging up against the wall. I can't sleep at night. I mean, would you be able to sleep if you had to listen to this every night? I don't know who that was, Tony or Arlene. So I don't have sex anymore. I don't. Anybody here still having sex? Yeah, good for you, lady. I know it's too much work. It is. I mean, you know, when you get to a certain age, it's like, oh God, you got to take a shower. Then you got to shave down there. Now you can't. You got to have a design now. You can't just. You got to shave a design. Like right now, I'm sporting an Easter bunny down there. And then you gotta look nice. You gotta be nice to the person. You gotta put clean sheets on. And and if it's an old man, oh my God, they're disgusting naked. Have you seen them? I don't even like seeing myself naked, but old men, I mean, there's stuff hanging and flapping. And they get on top of you. They can't hold themselves up long because they have no upper body strength. No little hair in their nose is flapping around. And they're making these noises like, ah, ah, ah. And sometimes their teeth fall out. And then they expect you to have that, this is I don't have to use my fake orgasm moan anymore. Did you know about that? This young man, did you know about the fake orgasm moan? You did? You did? You didn't think you were making that happen? That's because guys always think they're making that happen. That's that porno noise that you think oh. Please. I don't make a whole lot of noise when I have one. I could be having one right now. You wouldn't even know it. Now, the only time I make that, orgasm noise when I get out of a chair. Because I have really bad arthritis, and spinal issues and stuff like that. I get out of my chair and it's like, oh, oh God, oh, does this sound familiar? I gotta share this with you because it's I like you guys and I feel like we're bonding here. Well, we talk about mortality. I think about that a lot at my age. You hit a certain age. Like I lost my sister last year. Yeah, it's okay. Don't worry about it. She's in a better place now. She's out of pain. She had cancer, and you're coming up on the year anniversary. I gotta say, the last 8 months of her life, we laughed our asses off. We laughed more in those 8 months than in like the 30 years prior to that. My sister was insane. My sister needed a check engine light in her forehead. And we all know people that need one of those, right? And when we found out, well, she started planning for her funeral like when she was 60. She was 75 when she died. When she was 60, she called me and she said, guess what I did today? I go, what? She goes, I bought a crypt. I went to the mausoleum and I bought a crypt. The mausoleum is what she called it. Personally, I think that sounds like a personal lubricant, but... Right, so I go, oh, that's wonderful, sis. She goes, no, you don't understand. I got a double wide. She goes, there's room for both of us in there. I go, no, I don't want to be spend all eternity. She goes, you can be on top. I go, I don't want to be on top of my sister. That's creepy. I said, what are we, the Duggar family? No. If you're going to judge these jokes, just... So time passes. She paid off the crypt. She calls me one morning after we got the news, right? And she says, would you go casket shopping with me? Yeah. I go, yeah, it sounds like fun. So we'll go get breakfast first, and then we'll go. So we go to the funeral parlor, right? And they have showrooms down below, where they have all the caskets, like a Ford dealership down there. So we get out, we're walking. She goes, let's screw with the guy when we get in there. I said, okay, I'll follow your lead. So we're downstairs, and we're walking around, and she's going, taking pictures, right. She goes, I like this one. Can I try it out? And the guy, the funeral director, was like, no. She goes, but I have cancer. Like, that was her excuse for everything. Couldn't argue with that, So he said, okay. So she gets in, and she's laying in there like this. How do I look, Julia? You look great, sis. She goes, I go, you got enough room? She goes, I think so. I go, you're going to be in there a while. She goes, all right, could you pull the top down? The guy freaks out. He goes, no, right? And he throws us out. So what we wound up doing, and this is the God's honest truth, we went to Costco. Did you know that Costco sells, you knew that, right? Costco sells caskets. I know. I think they're called Cascos or something like that. So we looked at a bunch of them, and that's the one she wound up getting. Of course, we had to buy 5 of them. So I still got 4 left. They're in my garage. If you know of anybody, you want a good deal. I'm getting cremated. That's what I'm going to get done. Anybody here get a cremation fan? Yeah, a bunch of people. Yeah, yeah, cremation, burn, baby, burn. I want to lose some weight first before I get. Well, because I don't want my family to have to go shopping for like a plus-sized urn. See my kids coming out of the urn barn going, that fat bitch, I told her to lose weight. Right? All of a sudden, my burial at sea is like, we're going to need a bigger boat. Right? And they go to scatter my ashes on the ocean. Now the EPA is involved. It's like, you made a sandbar here with your sister. So let's get back to happier things like relationships. Anybody here ever meet on one of those websites, like a website thing? You did? You did too. Okay, how did that work out for you? Oh, well, horrible. How about you? Pretty good. Wow. Are you with the person still? Married? Wow. Which website did you use? Because apparently these people are really unsatisfied. What did you use? Okay, Cupid. Yeah, that sounds like it would be. Okay, Cupid. Did you have another? Oh, you actually cleared your throat. I know they got them for everybody. They got them for old people now. I know they have this one, Our Time, for old people. They should call it what it really is. Our time is near. Right? All these websites, they all work the same way pretty much. They make you fill out a questionnaire, right? And then they try to match you up with what you have in common with another person. Now, no offense, I'm glad yours worked out. This is to this lady over here, and all of you people who have had lousy experiences. You're intelligent people. You don't need a website to tell you if you have something in common with a person. The website I want is the one that tells me what's wrong with the person before I get involved. I want to know what time the crazy train's going to pull into the station. Because it always does, right? Everything's fine. Like, I was dating this girl for a while, like 6 months went by, and she knew I loved macaroons, you know, the little and so one day she surprised me. She goes, guess what? I go, what? We pull up in front of the store. It's a macaroon store. I go, oh, you're so wonderful. We went inside, and she's looking around. She goes, there's no rainbow macaroons. And that's when I saw it. The crazy, I heard it in the background, the crazy train. Woo, woo! I hear that train a-coming. It's coming round the bend. You're as crazy as a lunatic. This relationship's going to end. I'm out of here, right? This poor little girl behind the counter, she's like 14 years old. She's got braces, a terrible case of acne, stringy hair. She's like, my date is like, where are the rainbow macaroons? I don't know. We don't have any. And she's going, where are the rainbow macaroons? Like, I had to get the kid out of there. I said, run while you can. Right? So I say, give me a website that matches people up by what's wrong with them. Give you an example. You match up, say, the anorexics, match them up with the compulsive eaters. Think about it. It's like, you going to eat that? No, here, you can have it. I love you. I love you. Right? Or you match up the guys with erectile dysfunction, match them up with the vaginal dryness women. Think about it. It's like, you feel like doing it tonight? Well, I do, but I can't. Neither can I. I love you. I love you. Or you match up the people with that sleep apnea, the ones that got to wear the gas mask to bed. Match them up with the restless leg people. This way, if they stop breathing in the middle of the night, you got it covered, right? You look over, it's like, oh my God, wake up! Wake up, wake up! It's like, I love you, I love you. And I love you. Thank you all for coming out tonight. Thank you so, so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Here you go.